can continue fighting. Otherwise, we are not going to be tired. And we have told our lawyers to be ready, wherever they are, and we continue the fight.
Harambee! Wantam! Harambee! Wantam!
So thank you. We are here in solidarity with Honorable Mukunji. So I've just said that we are here in solidarity with Honorable Mukunji, who, like he has explained and the lawyers have explained, has been here since 10 a.m. And of course that's harassment because you possibly cannot be writing one statement since 10 a.m. this morning. But because I do not want to delve into the substance, the merits or the merits of the case, because of course of the rule of sub judice, but nobody doesn't know that Honorable Mukunji's tribulations started when he fought for the rights of one Billy Mwangi who was abducted following last year's Gen Z protests. And that is when Gitonga Mukunji, MP for Manyata, became a marked man. And of course, like he has explained, we know that somebody is very uncomfortable because Gitonga Mukunji, again, it is known that he has ambitions. He has gubernatorial ambitions in Embu. And like he has explained, it has been reported that somebody had requested for his arrest. And this is what now should be considered as terrorism. The people terrorizing those who are opposed to some of these very evil government policies, like abductions and that kind of thing. As we sit here, as we stand here with Honorable Mukunji, Honorable Jane Kihara has also been, I think, arrested and is on her way here. I don't know whether she has been able to reach this place. And so we know that this is political persecution through, of course, trumped-up charges. And like Honorable Mukunji has said, you cannot charge a demonstrator under the Kenya Anti-Terrorism Act. We know that some young men and women, members, officials of DCP have been charged under Anti-Terrorism Act because allegedly they torched Kikuyu police station. But Mawego police station was torched somewhere in Homa Bay. No youths have been arrested and charged under Anti-Terrorism Act. And so this is political tribulations, and your guess is as good as mine regarding who is being charged under Anti-Terrorism Act and who is being spared such where the same offenses, if at all, have been done. But we thank our courts that our judicial officers are actually impartial, and we expect justice for everybody. For now, we want to say that no amount of intimidation, arrests, or whatever it is will intimidate us, will make us cower away from fighting for the rights of Kenyans, for fighting against the violation of human rights in this country, and for pointing out at the evils and the ills being perpetrated by this government, including economic crimes and many other crimes, including, you know, failing completely the education system, the health system. We shall continue talking about that. For now, we continue praying for Honorable Mukunji, for God to protect him and to give him good health. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I say something first before I get? Yeah. No, I think before Akili talks, it's important that you also mention that this harassment has been largely targeted at the people who are seem to be opposed to government. If you listen to the comments that are being made by people who are in government, including calling for even ethnic kind of fights, you really wonder why first NCIC have not summoned anybody to ask questions. We've had our MP from Belgut, Nelson Koech, the words he said. We know what Honorable Kampet has said. We have very many people who are speaking bad things, who are trying to incite Kenyans against each other, but nothing is being done. What we are asking is very simple. if you are summoning people who seemingly are opposed to you, you also need to use the same sword that you are using and summon those others. So that when DCI are arresting people, they arrest members of parliament across board. They don't arrest members only who are seen to be opposed or who are fighting for the rights of Kenyans. We need to be clear. And then one thing that will not happen is we will not be intimidated. And that is something that really should sink very deeply into this state. That whatever you do, however many people you arrest, whatever you trumped up charges you bring against people, no one will be intimidated to stop speaking about the ills of this government and the people of Kenya. Need somebody to fight for them. Thank you.
Your names?
Monyoro MP Kevumo. Joseph Monyoro MP Kevumo.
Thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Wakili Edward Mureu. I'm a member of parliament for Gatanga constituency. And I'm here by the virtue of being the lawyer for Jane Kihara and the member and also the lawyer for DCP party. I think today, as you have seen, Jane Kihara has been arrested from her house in Naivasha, and the reason for her arrest is purely because she has failed or refused to heed to unjust, unfair, and illegal summons. And maybe it's good for the members to understand that she was summoned under Section 132 of the Penal Code. Section 132 of the Penal Code was declared unconstitutional, and this is very important that I read for members of the press to know that Section 132 of the Penal Code was declared unconstitutional by the High Court of Kenya in the case of Robert Alai versus Honorable Attorney General, petition number 174 of 2016. That's why Jane Kihara is here. We wrote to the DCI and I told DCI, look, we are not ready to comply with an illegality. But because this government has become rogue, has refused to rule by the law, by use the law of the jungle, that's why she's there. Nevertheless, my point is very simple. I have been a lawyer for UDA for many years. Even right now, I don't think I've been removed as Secretary in charge of legal affairs of UDA party. I'm the founding member. And one of the tenets of the UDA party and Kenya Kwanza was to uphold the law. You do remember that when President Ruto went to the streets, to every corner of this country, what he was saying and promising Kenyans is that he will rule by the law. But all you're finding is has discarded the constitution, has discarded by the law, now he's using the law of the jungle. Secondly, as you can see, the people who have got the history of this country, and in particular, the members of the Fourth Estate, you do appreciate that President William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza government, they are in power by the virtue of what you call political sympathy. The fact that they had issues with Uhuru, the issues that he was being persecuted, that's how he got into power. What I want to promise Kenyans is this. The same medicine which is being meted against the members of the DCP party, in particular people who have said we do not stand for misgovernance, corruption, lack of employment, mismanagement of the economy, and even including building churches in State House. We have said very clearly we shall continue talking and telling our people, look, time has come, and we shall continue fighting in courts and wherever it is. Today, we have close to almost 200 Gen Zs who have already in court with all manner of charges, including terrorism. And it's very important that I tell the country this. When you charge people, the citizens who were exercising their rights under Article 37 of the Constitution, freedom of speech, freedom of demonstration, and freedom to picket, and you turn them to become terrorists, you may succeed in trying to suppress them. But what you're also suppressing, you are sending the message to the whole world that Kenya is a country of terrorism. Kenyans are terrorists. So investors go away. Tourists don't come because your security is not guaranteed. So you may try to kill or to suppress the popular position of the people, but in my opinion, that is one of the most, let me say, unthoughtful idea to charge Gen Z is killing a fly with a sledgehammer. The impact on this country in terms of, in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of the international community, that Kenya eventually will become a pariah. And therefore, as we try to bring public order, my final remark is as follows. And I say this in Parliament. You may suppress members of Parliament, you may suppress Gen Z, but until this government addresses the actual issues which are making Kenyans angry, this is what you see right now is just about the party. Because Kenyans will not going to allow to be suppressed. We need to address and go back to the manifesto. Go to the default vote mode and address the issue of unemployment. We need to address the promises given by this government that they will create jobs for these people. Kenyans are jobless. We want to address the fact that we were told we be put money in our pockets. Instead of put the money in the pocket, that money has been removed from the people through overtaxation. We want to be told that they will promise that corruption will come to an end. What is happening right now? Corruption is on all-time high. In fact, what you call planned and budgeted corruption in our budget. And therefore, Jane Kara is one of them, is going to be caught tomorrow. Many others will be in court tomorrow. Some of us are even walking around with court summons and even court orders to hold us from being prosecuted. But it will happen. One of these fine days, we'll get a country which respects the rule of law. Thank you very much.
Wakili, is your client already here, Jane Kara, and also have you seen the charges?
As I say, I'm his lawyer, and one of the she has been picked, and she's just right here. She's here, and we hopefully I've gone to the gate, and of course the police are very agitated. They don't want to see anybody around, but we do know that she's around here. But we expect them to comply with the law, bring her to court tomorrow. We apply for the bail. And then we can continue fighting. Otherwise, we are not going to be tired. And we have told our lawyers to be ready wherever they are, and we continue the fight.
Have you seen the charges?
Yeah, it's just summons. They issue under Section 132. Nothing else. Yeah, thank you very much.
Harambe! Wantam! Harambe! Wantam!
My name is Dr. Daniel Kanchori. One of the DCP lawyers. We just want to say to our young people and to our country that it's not a crime to be young and to be innovative. Our Gen Zs have put a very clear case. They want transparency, they want accountability, no amount of intimidation, no amount of a constitutional amendment or threats is going to take that away. We're just asking the president to be presidential, to be a father of this country and address the cry of the young people so that we can have a country. But if you intimidate elected leaders and criminalize the criminal justice system, it's not going to work, it's not going to be a remedy. So I'm asking and urging all the young people to be courageous, to be strong. We are behind you, and our courts to continue to uphold the rule of law so that we can have a country. Kenya is a country governed by the Constitution and not by a will of a few people. We are also asking the president that we've seen a few people associated with him still going scot-free after issuing very serious statements that undermines the law, that undermines the peace of this country. We've seen the chairman of security, Mr. Koech. We've seen Maclap. We've seen even the Minister for Interior giving statements that are undermining the Constitution, and they are still working scot-free. This is unacceptable.
It is surprising that a member of parliament like Jane Kehara from Naivasha, the MP for Naivasha, at her age, that she has been arrested all the way from Naivasha, brought here to DCI. They are alleging that she has information which she can assist them on the investigation they are conducting. This is very unfortunate, and we believe that this is just a scheme to silence all those who are not supporting the government, those who have dissenting views against the government. So we are saying that this is not fair, and we are saying that I think we shall not be intimidated in any way, we shall not be silenced, we shall continue to condemn the government wherever it goes wrong. So we are not going to be silenced in any way, and we shall continue to say and to criticize the government where it goes wrong. Thank you.